In today's discussion, we are going to talk about scalar product or dot product between two vectors. Okay, so you guys all know vectors are physical quantity having magnitude and direction, and they are real physical quantities, right? Vectors and scalars. Now you encounter some expression for energy, then work done, then power, and they are all scalar quantity. We are going to understand all of this in today's class. So by definition, if you have a vector A and you have a vector B, and let us say angle between them is theta, so a scalar or dot product is defined as A dot B. Now this is pronounced as a dot, okay, A dot B, and it is defined as magnitude of A, okay, magnitude of B, and cos of the angle between them, cos theta. So this is our definition of dot product or scalar product of two vectors. Fine. Now this expression where we find in physics, so if you guys can recall work, okay, work done, we represent to be F dot S, and this is Fs cos theta. Now here S stands for displacement, F is the force, so work is a dot product or a scalar product of force and displacement, right? Now in the same way, if you find power, power is work done by time, work done is F dot S by time, so displacement by time is velocity, so average power is defined as F dot V. This is one example, or you can also write power can be as V cos theta. Okay, so you can see this is one formula, this is another formula, and one more let us write kinetic energy. So kinetic energy, you write generally half mv square, but actually it should be written as half m v dot v. Kinetic energy is written like this. So as you can see, in physics there are plenty examples. This is work, power, and this is kinetic energy. These all are scalar quantity. Fine. So even force is a vector, displacement is a vector. If you take a dot product, the outcome is a scalar. Okay, and same here, force is force is vector, velocity is vector. But if you take a dot product, then outcome is a scalar quantity called power. And same goes here, velocity and velocity are vector. But if you take dot product, outcome is a scalar. So the outcome, this result is a scalar. It will be a number. Okay, number only. We'll talk about it. Now there are some properties associated with this scalar product. Properties. First property is A dot B is equal to B dot A. This is called commutative property. Okay, so if you find A dot B, if you find B dot A, it comes out to be same only. Okay, A dot B is AB cos theta, B dot A is also AB cos theta. This is commutative property. Second is A dot B plus C. Now this is addition. Okay, B plus C, and that will be equal to A dot B plus A dot C. So this is called distributive property. A will get distributed to B and C. Okay, this is just like multiplication, but it is not multiplication. Okay, this dot has a special significance what we are talking about. So this is called distributive property. And one more, third, is if we have, okay, only two. Now let us use what is the use of this. If you can understand, if A and B are perpendicular, okay, so suppose this angle is 90 degree. So if this angle B is 90 degree, so what will be A dot B? So A dot B will be AB cos 90, right? Cos 90 is 0, so A dot B is equal to 0 when A is perpendicular to B. So this is very important. So if you have to test whether A and B are perpendicular or not, if you find their dot product and if it comes out to be 0, then they are perpendicular. Now let us use this idea with unit vectors. So if you guys remember, okay, let us have one more look at this expression. So this is, let us say, A, fine, and this is B, and this is theta, right? Now this expression, if you guys remembered how to find component, if I, let us say this is, if I drop a perpendicular here, then this will be B cos theta, this length. If I drop a perpendicular from B, okay, this is vector A, this whole vector has length A, right now. But if you use triangle rule, this is B, if you find cos theta, you drop a perpendicular, this length will come out to be B cos theta. Okay, now let me do it one more way. And if I have this vector A and this is my vector B, and let us say this angle is theta, I am now dropping a perpendicular from A. Let us say this is the perpendicular, right? Now again, if you use cos theta here, okay, you will find this whole vector is B, this whole is B, but A, this is theta, then you will find using triangle that this part is A cos theta. Now just have a look on this and this one by one. So this A dot B, you can see I can write it as A times B cos theta, right? Now A is nothing but magnitude of vector A, so I can write this is magnitude of A. And what is B cos theta? B cos theta is the component of B along A, okay, into component of B along A. Now this is just one way of looking at it, okay? So A dot B is nothing but A B cos theta. B cos theta is nothing but component of B along A, right? Now this is the expression explanation for this, right? Now what about that one? So if I see this one now, so this can be again A dot B, I can write to be B, in bracket I am writing A cos theta. Now this is magnitude of B, magnitude of B into component of A along B. Okay, so sometimes we look at the same equation in different way. Now it turns out, if you see this expression, okay, or this expression, I can write this B cos theta is component of B along A, okay? So component of B along A is B cos theta, and that will be equal to A dot B, and B cos theta only I am keeping it, A goes down. Now if you can recall, vector by magnitude of the vector is a unit vector, so B cos theta is also A dot B vector. Okay, this can, now same way you guys can prove that A cos theta will be nothing but A times B cap. Right? Now, if you want to understand this by this way, then also it's fine. All are connected only, same thing. Okay, we are just writing in a different form or different fashion. Now, what is A dot B? Let us just, so A dot B by definition is magnitude of A. So A is a unit vector, its magnitude is 1 into B into angle between them. So if A vector is this, A cap will be this vector only, okay, pointing along A, fine, and angle between them is theta. So this turns out to be this, right? Now it turns out that this has huge property, I mean this expression has a huge application in physics. Now we'll talk more about it. Now as I told you, we can have a unit vector along x, we call unit vector to be I cap, along this j cap, and along this k cap. So if I ask you what is I dot I cap dot I cap, right? Now by definition A dot B, use this, is magnitude of A, so I am writing this is magnitude of I cap, magnitude of I cap again. What is the angle between I and I? I and I will be parallel, angle between them is cos 0, magnitude of unit vector is 1 only, this is 1, magnitude of unit vector is 1, so I dot I turns to be 1. Same way you guys can find it out that J dot J will be equal to 1 and K dot K is also equal to 1. So this is also very important result. Now what about I dot J? So I dot J will be magnitude of I, magnitude of J. What is the angle between I and J? Cos 90. This is 0, so it turns out to be 0. All the rest of the combination, J dot K, K dot I, all rest of the combination will be 0. Only like vectors dot product will be 1. Fine. Now let us discuss some examples. Now suppose I have a vector, let us say A1 I cap, A2 j cap, A3 k cap, and I have a vector B, B1 I cap, B3 j cap plus B3 k cap. What will be the value of A dot B? Now what you will do to find A dot B, you will write them together. So A dot B will be, write down the vector A now you can see you will have nine pairs, right? Now this one I am just writing for this A1 I dot B1 I plus A1 again A1 I dot B2 J plus A1 I dot B3 K, right? Same will be with A2. A2 will operate 3 times. So writing A2 j cap is dot B1 I cap, A2 j cap dot B2 j cap, A2 j cap dot B3 k cap, and plus more with A3 again 3, so A3 k cap dot B1 I cap, A3 k cap, B2 j cap plus A3 k cap dot B3 k cap. Now the part I am marking with red, these components are only going to survive. I dot j will be 0, I dot k will be 0, j dot I will be 0, because they are all perpendicular vectors, right? So only this component is going to survive, and you all know, okay, rest of the all combination will be 0, and I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1. So this 9 terms equation is simplified to a great extent. Okay, rest I dot j and all these are perpendicular vectors, their dot product is 0. So you are going to get A dot B, in this case will be A1, sorry, just see A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. Now in the next question, let us say you have been given two vectors, A vector to be 2i plus j cap, let us say, and B vector is given to be 5i plus 2 j cap. Okay, two dimensional vector. If the question is find the angle between them, okay, find angle between A and B. Fine. Now we can use this concept. So if you see from this expression, cos theta is equal to A dot B by magnitude of A, magnitude of B. Now as I told you, A dot B, only this component will survive, right? So let us write it again. So this will be 2i plus j dot 5i plus 2j divided by magnitude of A. Magnitude of A will be square root of 2 square plus 1 square. Okay, this is the magnitude of A. What is the magnitude of B? Magnitude of B will be 5 square plus 2 square. Now as we discussed, this only this I and I will operate, and this j and j will operate. Other combination will be 0. Fine. So what we are going to find here is 2 times 5, 10. I dot I is 10 plus 1 times 2, that is 2, and this is 4, 1 root 5, and this is 25 plus 4, 29. Okay, so I can write this to be 12 by root 29 into 5. You can find what is 29 into 5. So cos theta will be equal to 12 by root, let us find it out, what is 29 into 5. 29 into 5 is 145, and let us take root of it. It is approximately 12. Okay, it is not exactly 12, it is 12.0 by 12.04, something like that. So if you find it, you can see it is nearly 1, right now. So theta will be very near to 0 degree. So 12 divided by 12.04, yeah, so this will be approximately 0.996, and you can take inverse of this. So theta equal to cos inverse of 0.996, and using calculator you will find the answer. So this is the way we find the angle between two vectors, right? If we know the vectors, we can find the angle between them. Now one more result I want to describe, then I will end. If I have a vector a and b, if I have a vector a and b, if you remember from triangle law or parallelogram law, this is b parallel, this is a, and if the angle is theta, and this is our r, right? So what is that? Is r equal to a plus b. Fine. Now what if we find, okay, taking dot product on both sides, okay? So in this expression what I am going to do, taking dot product on both sides. So if I take dot product on both sides, I will get r dot r, okay, and this will be a plus b dot a plus b. So just you can assume that there is a vector this, and there is one more vector r a plus b, and we are, okay, of course they are same vector, but we are taking dot product of this and this, okay, together. So we will have this expression. Now if you evaluate it, this will give you, now what is r dot r? Go by this method. R dot r will be r, what is the angle between r and r? 0. So r dot r will be r cos 0 degree. This one, let us write it together. A dot a plus a dot b plus b dot a plus b dot b. Okay, so r, this side will be r square. A dot a, again use the same idea. A dot a will be a cos 0. Okay, a and a will have 0 angles, so this is a cos 0. A dot b, same definition, ab cos theta, angle is theta between them. B dot a, ab cos theta. What is b dot b? b cos 0 degree, right? Now you can see we'll get r square, this is a into a is a square, this is same, let me write this down first, b square, b into b, plus this is 2 times 2ab cos theta. So this was the magnitude of the resultant, right? What we found out. This can be derived in this way also. This is much easier, right now. So what we are doing, this scalar product, to find magnitude is very important. If you know the vector, you can take the dot product with itself and you will find the magnitude. Okay, so this relation we just derived using dot product. And the same way, if I have a minus b vector, okay, this is, let us quickly do it, this is b, so minus b will be this, right now, this is a, this is minus b, so a minus b vector is this, and let us say this is r1 vector. Now r1 is a minus b, and let us again write it r1 to be a minus b. Now taking dot product, okay, of those, I will get r1 dot r1, and this is a minus b, a minus b. Now you do it with this by yourself, use the same idea, you should get again r1 dot r1 will be r1 square, and this side you will get a square plus b square, minus minus will become plus, minus 2ab cos theta. So resultant magnitude in case of subtraction of vector is this, right? So this is all about dot product between two vectors. In the next video I will talk about one more important thing, that is called cross product.